Oh, I'm short. Hello. Give me a second. I have to. There we go. Now I'm less short. Hello. How are y'all doing today? I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired, but not too bad. Uh, so yeah, I finally got Zero Escape working. So yay. I'm going to try and finish all of the endings today. So yeah, I think we left off last time we were in the middle of one of the ending, like the branching ending paths. And so I think, yeah, it looks like we're gonna pick up at the beginning of an escape room. Also, I apologize for the lack of background music. I've been having trouble with the audio on my computer. I don't know if it's my headphones or my computer or what, but just I'm having trouble with the audio. I have to troubleshoot that at some points. But yeah, I think we should be good to get started. Uh, yes. Okay. And now I'm short again. There we go. Normal size me. I wish you luck in fixing that. I'm trying. I'm I'm working on it. It's a process, but I'm working on it. All right, where is so yeah, we left off here. I may have to just mute the audio on this. It's like I don't know if y'all can hear the static that I'm hearing. Red, yellow. You think the colors mean something? No idea. I mean, red looks more dangerous, but other than that, the bottom of this one looks like it's covered in rust. I don't think it'll move at all. Okay, we've got buttons. There are a bunch of buttons here with the letters A through F on them. Let's push some of them. So if I press it again, back you come. I guess these buttons switch something on or off when you push them. Is there sound on the game? The sound on the game is on. It's just I don't believe it's really working. Okay, I can hear it now, but it's acting really weird. It's not like it's not the normal music. I don't know if y'all can hear like what it sounds like to me. Uh, a really creepy chair. The manacles made me think it was used to torture people. Lovely. Well, we can't open those manacles without a key. Huh, there's some sort of weird symbol on them. Now let me see if I can Okay, now I can't hear a thing, but I can make my own noises. Uh yeah, I don't know what's up with it, but I've got like what kind of symbol? Well, if I've got this right, I think it's the sun symbol. The manacles are still locked in place. They've got a sun symbol engraved on them. We've got this like screen. This device will conduct the experiment. Once the experiment has been completed, the door will unlock. First, adjust the switches to match the blocks in the sample above. Huh. I don't know what this thing is, but we gotta figure out this puzzle. It's right next to a torture chair. She's got a point. Whatever it is, I don't think it's good. Anyway, we just adjust the switches to match the blocks up on top, right? You adjust the switches shown at the four corners of the screen, then press the check button. Junpei, we don't know what this thing does. You can always come back to it later. There are lots of other things you could do. Okay, I'm gonna follow Lotus's advice and check out the rest of the room. So I think you gotta figure out which buttons you have to press in order to get this screen to match the diagram. Yeah, but it's hard to figure out what button does what. If you want to see how many blocks each switch adds, just turn on one switch. When all of them are off, there aren't any blocks, right? Then you can see how many each switch adds. Oh yeah, I get it. Okay, so other than the torture chair, we've got this locked door. It said the door will unlock if we complete the experiment. So, in other words, we aren't getting out that door until we finish this experiment. Well, let's do that then. I can't hear a thing, but I can make my own noises. Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle recently. I thought there was a hole here, but I guess it's just got a cover over it. You aren't going to be able to get that off. It's bolted on there pretty good. Maybe there's something around here we can use to get that thing off of there? Can you see anything in there? If you can't see anything, I don't really think we need to bother with trying to open it. It's too dark to see anything. Huh? Did I see something shiny in there? There's something shiny in there. Yeah, well, maybe. We ought to check, though. It would be pretty bad if we missed something important. Maybe we can find something to take that cover off with. Well, I don't have any items yet. So that's the door we came in. The entrance is locked. It's been like that in every room we've been in. What did you expect? There's no point to try and go back. Let's just think about going forward, all right? And we've got, that's not ominous looking at all. Why are they, oh, they're rusty. There are a number of ominous looking tools and instruments here. Let's see, we've gotten adze. I have never seen that word before in my life. And a hammer, a pair of forceps, and these other things are too old and broken. I'm assuming it might mean a chisel and a hammer? I have no idea what they are. Hey, doesn't this wrench look way too new to be here with all this other stuff? Yeah, it does. I didn't notice it before you mentioned it, but it's not rusty at all. All right, so we've got a wrench. I don't think there's anything special about it other than that it's brand new. Considering where we found it, I have to wonder how it was used. Knock it off. I don't want to think about that. Yeah, I agree with Junpei on this one. Uh, don't want to think about that. You've already seen plenty of things that are a lot more cruel than that. You're unexpectedly sensitive. Come on, let's not talk about stuff that doesn't matter, okay? We need to find somewhere where we can use this thing. So I should be able to use that to get the cover on this thing off. Cover's bolted on there pretty good. Should be able to get those bolts off with the wrench we just found, though. Sweet, it's open. The hole's too small. You can't see in even with the cover off. Well, you can't see in, but I think there's enough room to stick your arm in. Are you sure you want to do that? There could be something dangerous in there. Not any more dangerous than the bomb that will go off if we don't get out of here. So, okay, I admit, that scares me a little bit, but we need to see if there's anything useful in there. In we go. All right, here we go. Arm into the hole. Hey, I think I can feel something. It's small, cold, and hard. It doesn't feel like there's anything else in here. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. All right, let's see what this thing is. Sun key, sweet. So that'll unlock the manacles on the chair. Ah, I can guess at one thing. Does your desktop and OBS sound outputs match? I think they should. I can check in my OBS settings. My desktop audio should be set to, yeah, my desktop audio is set to my headphones, my mic audio is set to my microphone. That should be working. Why are you not working still? I found the sun key hidden inside the tank. Oh, Rainer, hey! Uh, Smart Bear Stream. Not smart enough to figure out why the sound on my computer's all messed up, but... Okay, so I can go, and I should be able to unlock the manacles. This sun key should fit into the keyhole on these manacles. Alright, sun key, in you go. And yes, great, they're open. I don't think we're gonna need the sun key again in here, though. Just seems unlikely. Alright, sun key, you've done your job. Into my pocket with you. Alright, so I think now we have to solve this puzzle. So that one does need to be on. That one needs to be on. Sorry, can y'all hear the, like, I'm getting, like, weird static from the audio on this. Let me know if I need to mute it. Because I think I might need to just mute the game sound entirely if y'all are getting this same weird static that I am. So I think that one needs to be on. I think. All right, so now I get to experiment with turning them off. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, so what if I turn you on? Okay, so I just need the top three on this. So I think that one needs to stay off. There's no other way to get rid of the bottom three. So that one needs to stay off. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Oh, there we go. Adjustment is completed. Now proceeding to execution phase. I'm assuming it means, like, it sounds like the game sound is fixed. Oh, sweet. Then it might just be a problem with my computer then. Or it might just be a problem with my headphones then. But if it's fixed for y'all, that works for me. Let me know if it's too loud, because I have it turned up, like, way high. I had it turned up way high to try and get the game sound to work on my end. So let me know if it's too loud for y'all. To complete the experiment, data must be collected from subject. Once preparation is finished, place subject in chair. Ain't that lovely? Whoa, I thought we solved the puzzle already. What does it mean by preparation? I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this. Same. I think this means one of us has got to sit in the chair. Well, seven's never going to fit in that thing. Oh. It's either you or me, Junpei. Collecting data. I wonder if it's going to run electricity through the subject. Oof. There's a human head on the screen. Maybe it's gonna zap the brain with a little electricity? This really doesn't sound safe. I don't think the point of it is to be safe. Anyways, we've still got to prepare. We can talk about this after we've figured out what it means by preparation, all right? Uh, Okay. Well, it wants us to prepare, so maybe we ought to ask it what we need to do? Error. The disposal tank is closed. Please fill tank with water. What tank? Oh man, don't tell me we gotta do something with a water tank. Well, there's probably something around here to open the tank or whatever it's asking us to do. Looks like the only controls are in this room. All right, so my guess is we have to do something over here. There are a ton of knobs here. Doesn't seem like any of them do anything, though. Do you think it's broken? All the dials are pointing in different directions. Maybe something will happen if we turn them? Shoot, they're all rusted. I guess turning them doesn't really do anything. Well, I guess I might as well try. Let's give it a shot. Nope, no dice. This thing isn't going anywhere. Oh, give me that. You just ain't man enough. Hey! Oh, hey, Arisu. The answer to the question in Discord. Okay. Uh, what was I? I was doing something else. I needed to do, uh, there's something I had meant to do. Never mind. Uh, 7 calling me not man enough and then promptly failing to do it himself. Man, that thing ain't going anywhere. Yeah, I know. These levers have got to turn something on. Of course they would. All they can do is turn something on or off. What's important is what they turn on or off. I'm aware. Don't say the floor is suddenly gonna open up. Mm, I guess it might just be trial and error to figure out what tank thing I need to open. Uh, Screen says to fill the tank with water. Find the controls for the tank. Well, the levers aren't doing anything, and these are the only controls I really have. I don't think that's the tank control. There's nothing else I can do with the tools that are. There's nothing else I want to do with the tools, more importantly. Wait. There's something here in the. No, I think it's just a weird layering error in the background then. Entrance is still locked. I think this has got to be the tank they're talking about, but I'm not sure what else there is to do with it. Oh, I can click on the floor. What's wrong, Junpei? What are you doing on the floor? Well, I thought maybe if I got down here I could see through the glass. It's not working, though. You don't think it's just a large sheet of glass they put into an indentation? I don't know. I mean, why would they do that? And the placement of the chair. You're not making sense, Junpei. I think I'm making perfect sense. What's your point? Well, I'm not sure, but don't you think there's something under the glass? Uh, Maybe the glass is one way, like they have in a police station, you know? Or maybe it's just covered with something that makes it opaque. Nah, it doesn't matter how close I get, I still can't see anything. Echoes when I knock on it, though. I wonder if it's hollow. I think that must be the tank in question. I just can't figure out what to do with it exactly. The cables sure don't look very pleasant. This looks like something from a prison movie. It really does. They come all the way down from the ceiling. Just trying to look up that high is making my neck hurt. Man, you ain't gonna give up on that thing, are ya? You know we don't got time for shit like that, kid. Come on, that's why I want to take a good look at it. Think about all the other rooms we've gone through. You never know where you might find a puzzle, you know? We gotta be suspicious of everything. Junpei's got a point. What? Why on earth are you putting your ear on the floor? It's filthy. Okay, do you two want to get out of here or not? Huh, that's weird. I think I can hear water down there. So that's gotta be the tank. Wonder if there's water down there underneath the glass. Too dark to tell right now. I can see some oil or something down there at the base of the lever. Yeah, feels like it's got some movement to it. I should be able to pull this one. All right, let's pull the lever. Is that water? There's the tank control. Will you calm down? It's just water going somewhere. It sounds like it's underneath us. Yeah, under the glass. That means the floor. Oh, Junpei, look. Oh, I can see through the glass now. And yep, EDBF. There are a couple of letters in the color of blood written on the shark's belly. It's dead. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Looks like the letters are E, D, B, and F. Whatever these are for has to be in this room somewhere. Okay, well, I've got the tank. Error, cannot communicate with external hardware. Check connection and power source. External hardware? That must mean the chair. After all, there's all these cables running between them. I don't see a power source for the chair, though. You think maybe it's controlled from somewhere else? It looks like the only controls are in this room. So that's got to be these buttons then. So it's EDBF. There's a strange noise coming from the chair. It looks like it's been turned on. I guess the puzzle here was that the power had to be sent in a specific way. Oh, the Discord link isn't working. I haven't. Oh, God, I don't think I've updated that in a while. I should probably fix that. I will add that to my to-do list. Yeah, because I think I set it to be like a time-limited invite, which I probably shouldn't have done now that I think about it. Okay, so the chair is turned on. We've got water in the tank. Ah, the restraining device is unlocked. Please seat subject in device. The message on the screen was disturbingly detached.
Well, like we thought, it's not going to work unless someone sits in it.
Oh, hey, I've got dialogue audio now.
How ironic that this would be the situation in which this slim, beautiful body is useful.
Ah! we appreciate the approach. I mean,
Lotus, are you sure?
well, it's either me or Seven, and given that I have to be the one controlling the thing, it's probably or it's either me or Lotus, and given that I have to be the one controlling the thing, it's kind
I
of
can
got to be
sit in it and
Lotus.
you can solve.
He's right. We screw it up.
Ah, Seven couldn't bring himself to finish the thought. His eyes fell to the floor. Junpei followed them. Yeah, that's a very dead shark. Beneath them was the dead shark, floating underneath the glass. Perhaps it had been killed by an electric shock.
I'll be fine. Even if I fall in, the shark is already dead.
Lotus, that's not what we meant.
But
No one likes an indecisive man, Junpei. I can still give you advice from the chair, too, you know. I just don't want to stay in this room any longer than we have to. Go over to that screen and let's get this over with.
You know, Lotus has very slowly become my favorite character in this whole thing. Oh, sorry, is it too loud? I didn't realize it was too loud. I missed the last 999 stream and I was really looking forward to it. The last one was pretty uneventful. We got a bad ending and then we started on this ending route. There hasn't honestly been too much Oh, it wasn't too loud. They were screaming. Oh, okay. Sorry, my audio's still messed up on my end. Uh, After her words had made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, she had turned and walked towards the chair without hesitation. Yeah, Lotus has really slowly become my favorite character in this whole thing. Like, initially she was just kind of like, I don't know if standoffish. Well, I mean, she's still a little standoffish. Initially she was just kind of mean. But now I've kind of warmed up to her a lot. But she did not sit down.
Uh, uh,
Despite what she had said, she did indeed feel hesitation. Her legs shook.
Look, do you think you could do me one last favor?
Don't say last.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous.
Just listen. If something happens to me, I want you to tell my daughters. Tell them that I loved them very much. No, tell them that I will always love them.
Daughters?
You've got kids?
Yes, I do. I suppose they're about your age, Junpei. They're twins. I had them when I was young after some things happened. Their names are Nona and
Wait, Nona?
Aoi, Light, and Nona.
Oh boy. I didn't make that connection.
Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment.
So everyone's connected to these kids then, somehow.
What the hell? What's wrong with you?
Lotus took a step back from Junpei.
Oh,
Seven looked just as shocked. He blinked his eyes rapidly, as if he weren't sure if he was completely awake.
no way. It couldn't.
I'd say she's more pragmatic than just a bad person. Exactly, that's why I like her.
Lotus.
She's practical.
Is your last name Kashiwabara?
Lotus's eyes went wide.
How do you know that?
You serious? What the hell is this? There's no way you're that kid's mom.
That kid? Wait, what do you mean that kid? Why are you acting like you've met her?
Seven's brow furrowed.
I have.
What?
Yeah, I met one of your kids.
When?
9 years ago.
Where?
On this ship.
Why were you...
It's not a short story.
Look, I don't care how long it is. Tell me, please, what happened here?
Fine, I'll tell you.
Ooh. Seven glanced at Junpei and then turned back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before. Every detail.
But... And then... That was when... From there, it looked like... Just as if... Finally... That's all I remember from 9 years ago.
At last, Seven finished. Lotus shook her head.
Oh my God. Everything I've been looking for the last 9 years. The person who had all the answers was right here.
Looking for?
Yes, that's right. 9 years ago, my daughters disappeared. Then 9 days later, they came back. Never told me what happened to them over those 9 days. I took them to the doctor, but I was told they hadn't been hurt in any way. Still, I was sure that they had been through something terrible, so I couldn't bring myself to force them to talk about it. If I did, then I'd force them to relive whatever horrors they'd been through. I didn't have any choice.
I knew I was
Had
right to
try
like
and ignore it
Lotus.
with them all.
Oh,
A few months passed. Gradually, they started to act like they always had before they disappeared. They smiled and made jokes and did all the silly things kids do. It got harder and harder for me to ask them about what happened. How could I ask them to remember that? Eventually, I knew there was no way I could do it. But I'm still a mother. I couldn't simply forget that something terrible had happened to my children.
Hmm.
So I decided I would investigate what happened on my own. I would find out what happened during those 9 missing days.
What did you find out?
Nothing. The police pretended to be concerned, but they didn't do anything. Once the 16 children who'd gone missing came back, things were just... Even the media didn't talk about what had happened.
Oh.
I figured someone was probably paying or threatening them to keep their mouths shut.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals. No, probably something even bigger than that.
Something even bigger than that. A pharmaceutical company probably doesn't have the, unless it's like a massive pharmaceutical company, but even then, a pharmaceutical company probably has a parent company. Yeah, so Seven's a cop. Seven had amnesia, and then when we finished the last escape room, he got some of his memories back. He was a cop. He was investigating the disappearance of these kids, and he got kidnapped and ended up on the ship. Tell that to Umbrella?
Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
have you heard of them before?
No, it's the first time I've ever heard that name. 7. How did you find out that Cradle Pharmaceuticals was connected to the kidnappings in the first place?
Figured finding out whatever the victims had in common would lead me to the culprit. That's what any good cop does.
What did they have in common?
Every single one of the kids who disappeared had gone to this one hospital at some point.
Huh.
The hospital was one of a bunch that were under the control of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. After that, it was just about connecting the dots.
The hospital.
Oh, the evil pharmaceutical company from Resident Evil. Why did I not make that connection?
The hospital.
Also, what is it with evil pharmaceutical companies in media?
For a while, I was trying to get some kind of information out of the kids at the hospital. One of them told a weird story.
What was it?
Have you heard about the Gansfeld experiment?
No, I have not heard
I
about the
guess all these
Gansfeld
kids had to
experiment.
go through it while they were at the hospital. I think it was passed off as some sort of counseling.
What did you call it again?
Oh, the Gansfeld experiment.
Gansfeld experiment.
This is how it's set up. First, subjects Q and A are put into separate rooms, far away from one another. Then a series of video images are shown to subject Q, who is told to send the images to subject A by thinking about them. Subject A, on the other hand, is put in a large reclining chair, given a blindfold. With their senses cut off, A is asked to guess what images Q is looking at.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that.
Oh, I've heard of it. It was used to test the concept of twin telepathy. My guess is that they're just big and shady enough to be considered evil by default, and the media takes advantage of it.
It's a famous telepathy experiment, isn't it?
That's how the experiment on this ship was supposed to work.
The experiment to control people, right?
Yeah, I don't know if any of the telepathy stuff really exists, but maybe someone from Cradle Pharmaceuticals bought into it.
Seven had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke.
Even if that is the case,
Even if that is the case,
I still don't get how that has anything to do with any of
any of
this.
this.
The notary game, 0. Why we were kidnapped.
Well, Nonary Game Zero, why they were kidnapped is my guess is everyone has some sort of connection to this experiment. I mean, having Junpei and June be childhood friends and then having Clover and Snake be siblings could easily put them in a situation where they would be a test group for the experiment, not a control, but like this
Does
idea
any
that
of
if
that
you
have to do
know
with
each other well
telepathy?
enough that maybe the idea that if you know each other well enough, it allows for
I
telepathy.
know I brought all this up, but I have no idea. Maybe none of this stuff is connected after all.
I am just like, although I may be entirely wrong, I'm just like anything that comes to mind. Then, in that moment of silence, a cold voice echoed down from the ceiling.
No subject has been detected. Unless a subject is detected within 60 seconds, all power will be shut
Well,
down.
shit.
System recovery is estimated to take 1 hour. If you wish to proceed with the experiment, please see the subject in the
So yeah, that's
training
pretty much gonna
device.
force them to.
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, no, that's not what we.
Just hurry up and get it over with. Junpei, I'm
Yeah.
counting on you.
Right.
I don't want to hurt her. Lotus sat down on the chair. Junpei looked at her one last time and then made his way to the monitor.
Lotus, please tell me right away if you feel anything weird.
You worry too much. Now get on with it and be a man, or June's gonna leave you.
Lotus was putting on the best act she could manage, but her legs were shaking so much that if she hadn't been sitting, she likely would have fallen down.
Lotus.
Failure was not acceptable.
Okay, let's do this.
Well, I better figure things out real fast. I don't like the sound of this. Okay. That works. Let me check the other side. That didn't work. Okay, what if I set you if I set, okay, so setting them both to 2 doesn't do anything. What am I even supposed to be doing here? What if I set you to 2? That didn't do anything. 1, okay. I need to get the bottom 2. What did I do? I accidentally pressed the space button and now I'm not sure what I did. But okay, so that didn't work. Set you to 1. I have no idea what I'm doing. Shit. Okay, so that's right. This side is right. So now I just have to figure out this side. Okay, what is setting this to 1 versus 2 change? So right now it has these 2 on the top half. Then I need to set this to if I set this to 2, it goes to 4. I think we're right. Oh, we're good. Yay. The experiment has concluded. The door will now unlock. I can hear the door unlocking, and now we've got a new message. Release subject from restraining device. Lotus, are you all right? Yes, I am. I'm glad nothing bad happened. I accidentally clicked before I finished reading that. Hold on, I'll get you out right away. Shouldn't take long for Seven and me to get her out of here. Let's get out of here now. Agreed. Being a guinea pig is not for me. I don't ever want to see this thing again. And the door's unlocked. Sweet.
The hallway goes to the left.
Yeah, but I don't see any doors.
Guess we just need to keep going.
Right, let's go.
Turn left twice before they saw the elevator.
An elevator.
Just what we need. Let's take this to C deck.
In silence, they jogged up to it. Junpei pushed the C button. The elevator motor ground away, and before long they found themselves once again on C deck. The door opened, and they stepped off.
Huh?
Huh? They had expected to find 4 other people waiting for them. There were none.
No one's here.
Where did they go?
I have no idea.
Lotus shrugged. Something in the pit of Junpei's stomach stirred. He tried to forget the feeling and took off down the long hallway before him.
Hey, Junpei!
We should follow him.
You should really listen to your gut, Junpei. Generally, if they make a point of mentioning a gut feeling, it's probably a good idea to listen to it. Seven and Lotus followed at a run. They ran and ran and ran. The hallway seemed endless.
I know where we need to go. The door behind the central staircase. There was a sun symbol on the keyhole of that door. And I happen to have the sun key in my pocket right now. This should open that door.
That was why they ran for the central staircase. They had run for quite some time when they arrived at the door that ended the hallway. Junpei stopped.
All right, time to open this.
He laid his hand on the doorknob, his breathing heavy. Seven laid a hand on his arm.
Hold on a sec there.
Huh?
We don't have the key for this one yet.
Oh. There's the Jupiter symbol engraved over the keyhole.
That's...
Oh, it's the Jupiter symbol.
I could have sworn
And
it was
we
a
can't
sun
open
symbol.
this door.
Unfortunately, no, we can't.
Jeez, the sun door's gotta be just on the other side of this, you know? We can't just stop...
Frustrated, he twisted the doorknob. It's open already.
Hey!
The door opened.
What?
And the others must have found the Jupiter key.
Others must have found the Jupiter key. Okay.
Well, what are we waiting for?
As he spoke, he shoved the door the rest of the way open. They rushed through. And stopped cold. What? The terrible scene oh, this is another bad ending, isn't it? Shit. 3 people lay dead on the floor, covered in blood. Oh, I liked Ace. Why? Junpei felt a cold sweat trickle down his spine. He couldn't breathe. His legs shook. His body felt cold. Deathly cold. Where's June? There should be 4 of them left. Ace, Santa, Clover, and June. Where's June? He could feel his mind begin to fade. He couldn't think. He couldn't concentrate. His mind was blank. Oh crap, they dead. Also, hi. Hi, Pelican. I'm no investigator, but maybe June. You know, of all the people I didn't think had it in them, June was up there.
What the hell? What the hell happened?
Seven's voice was weak and broken. He edged towards the bodies, his movements stiff.
Clover.
He bent down over Clover and pressed his fingers to her wrist.
She's dead.
Suddenly, Lotus moved. Before he understood what was happening, her hand was in Junpei's vest pocket.
Hey, what are you doing?
He leapt back. Lotus looked up at him, terrified.
Key, give me the sun key.
Why?
Why do you think? We have to get out of here before the murderer comes back.
The murderer?
Well, I doubt they ended up dead in a pool of blood on their own. The murderer. Once again, Junpei looked at the dead bodies.
Santa, Clover, and Ace. 3 people, 3 dead bodies. That means that the person who had killed them was...
Yeah.
No. No, it can't be true.
Give it to me.
I mean, I figured there was something up with June, but I didn't think it was murder. Before Junpei could react, Lotus dove back into his pocket and came out with the key.
Let's go.
She's got a point. Without waiting for Seven or Junpei, she ran, straight for the central staircase. They can't get out door 9 without June. Junpei shut his eyes and swallowed his emotions. Morning would have to wait. Soon, they stood in front of the door.
Open.
Lotus shoved the sun key into the keyhole and twisted it hard. But what?
What happened?
Why? What happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. I didn't feel it unlock.
Oh no. Is it the wrong key?
No, it's
I
the
don't
right
know.
key. It should
Maybe.
be. Door's already unlocked.
It's open.
It's open.
What the hell is this?
Wait, you mean the door was already unlocked?
Why?
Then how would I know that?
Ah,
Whatever, let's just go.
June is June is 6, right? So she can't get out without either. She can't get out without Santa or without the rest of us. Even if she did find door 9. They stepped inside. In front of them was another hallway. It stretched out towards the bow of the ship. They began to run. Faster and faster they ran, desperately trying to reach the end of the hallway. A few seconds later, they were there. In front of them stood a massive metal door. They were all breathing heavily as Junpei spoke.
What the hell is this door? I can't see anything that looks like a doorknob or switch or lever or card reader or anything. How the fuck are we supposed to open this?
we don't have
Just
a
try
choice.
it.
We're gonna have to go back.
You've had 2 already unlocked doors when you've tried them. Just try the door.
No, I'm not going back there. There is a murderer back there.
Actually, there's probably a murderer out here, considering that the door was already unlocked. There was more stark terror in Lotus's voice than authority. She was almost begging.
I don't see any other doors.
As he spoke, Seven stepped towards the door in front of them, as if to illustrate that it was the only door. Exactly. Just try the damn door. It's probably already unlocked.
No way.
It opened by itself.
It's an automatic door?
Look, guys, I've got a really bad feeling about all this. The other doors were already unlocked, and this one's automatic.
Seven's got good instincts about this. I don't
We
trust
haven't
this
seen
either.
anything like this before.
Bad feeling.
How could their situation possibly get worse? 3 people were already dead.
We've hit bottom. This can't get any worse.
You could be dead.
Shit! Hey, Junpei!
He stepped through the door,
I can't take this anymore.
and Junpei is... What's Junpei's number again? So we had Ace, Snake, Clover. We had Ace is 1, Snake was 2, Santa 3, Clover 4. Is Junpei 5? Because who was 6? 6 was June 7, Lotus is 8. No, wait. Oh, June 6, 7 is 7, Lotus is 8. So Junpei must be 5.
No one can.
I can't take this anymore. No one can. And whatever hope Junpei had managed to summon disappeared.
No. It's a lie. It's gotta be. This can't be real. No.
Oh,
It's impossible.
What did he see?
If it's a dream, just wake up already. Someone please tell me it's all just a joke.
Of all the times to have a mental breakdown, now? Really?
I'm imagining things. Yep, that's it. This is all obviously a lie. It's a big, elaborate trick. An illusion or something, or a dream. It's made up.
It wasn't real, right? June. No, the code names meant nothing now.
Ah! Ah! Connie!
Oh, she's dead too. Then who's the murderer then? Junpei cried out and leapt through the door. He flew to her side, his heart like a stone in his chest. Junpei swept her up and shook her by the shoulders. She moaned and her eyes floated open, but only barely.
Connie!
Jumpy?
Her face was pale and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei, but saw nothing. Junpei put his hand against the small of her back to hold her up. It felt warm and wet. Ugh. He lifted his hand up. It was covered in blood.
Man, there's so much blood. What the hell happened to you? How did this happen?
It was all he could do not to break into tears.
I'm sorry.
Her voice was thin, a minuscule thread that was the only thing keeping her with him.
I might not make it.
No way. No way I am going to let you die. I am going to save you. I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. Really happy.
Don't give me that I was crap. You're going to see me again lots more times. You've just got to hang on. All right, Connie?
What is it with everyone dying?
You. Damn it!
I'm fairly sure it's impossible to get out of door 9 now. Assuming that she's dead.
Ooh, what's that?
Is that a fucking submarine? A small submarine?
Submarine? What on earth is a submarine doing here?
No, that didn't matter. Nothing mattered except saving Connie. Ugh. It takes all of my willpower not to cringe when I say that. I'm sorry. That was the only thing he wanted. Junpei turned his head back to look down at her.
Hang on, all right? There's a submarine over there. I'm gonna go see if it works.
Oh, don't go. Please, don't go. Please, just stay with me, okay? I want to be close to you, Jumpy. When I
Connie.
Jumpy, did you know you meant a lot to me when we were kids? I liked you for a long time. A really long.
Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame.
Do you remember how we hung out a lot? We went to the pool and to the fair. You remember playing snowball at the school? They're all memories I'll never forget. All of those moments are treasures to me. I also wanted to
Oh.
go to a lot of other places with you. A lot more. But that won't
Are we ever
happen
going to establish
now.
who killed her?
No. I mean, yes.
I
Yes,
mean, like,
it
I'm
will
sad that she's
happen.
dying and all,
We'll
but
go
I'm not
all sorts of
particularly
places,
attached to
Connie.
her as a character.
You hear me? I promise. We'll go wherever you want.
Really?
Yeah, really. I swear.
That makes me happy. Really.
She said it to herself over and over, a weak smile creasing her tired face.
Jumpy, I feel.
No, Connie, don't fall asleep.
Thank you. Jumpy. Thank you so much.
Oh, rip. Her eyes were slowly closing. Junpei screamed, even as he felt his throat go hoarse.
Connie! Connie!
He's not doing so hot. We all live in a yellow submarine. We all die in a yellow submarine. Yeah, well, with her dead, I believe it is now physically impossible to get out the 9 door. So, I mean, yeah, because you would need to make 9, you need either 9 or 18. And you can't make 18, I don't think, with. Wait, Junpei is actually no, you can't make 18 with the remaining people because it's 7, 8, and 5. Junpei wept, curled around Connie's body. I'm just gonna call her Akane. I can't say that with a straight face. He cried and cried until he had no tears left. When the last tear fell, Junpei was no more. His body remained, but only as an empty shell. Somewhere, he heard a bell ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. They're out of time. Oh, oh, she frozen. Oh, no, there we go. It rang 5 times, then faded.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Quietly, gently, softly, he set Akane down on the floor. Slowly, Junpei stood. Only then did he realize that Seven and Lotus had not followed him. Where had they gone? Slowly, he looked around the room. There was nothing. No sign that they had ever been there. It felt as though every part of Junpei's body was made of lead. Slowly, he made his way to the door he'd come through. As he approached it, it opened, sliding apart with a sound like grinding stone. Junpei passed through the gate and into the hallway. Wait, shit, what happened? Is it bad that I kind of feel worse about Lotus and Seven dying than I did about June? His heart rattled in his chest, an empty, lifeless thing. It had been so utterly broken that there was nothing left to feel. When he saw their bodies, he simply stared. It was a lake, a sea of blood. 2 bodies lay in it. There was no need to check. There was no breath left in them. His eyes lit on Lotus's wrist. Her bracelet, it was gone. He stared. It meant nothing to him. He didn't care anymore. He couldn't care anymore. Junpei's body felt numb. A part of him knew the lump of lead in his chest had once been a heart. He couldn't quite remember what it had been for. Damn. Tears poured from his eyes in great streams. He wasn't sure why. He gave up trying to make them stop. He turned around. The door opened again, and slowly, numbly, he walked through. There's no one left alive. There's no one left alive. Who's taking the bracelets and who's... There were only 9 of us. 2 of the professor dude, who was 9, he died right off the bat. Then it was Snake. Then Ace, Clover, and Santa. Then June. Then Seven and Lotus, and now Junpei. There shouldn't be anyone left alive unless Zero was on the ship all along, like I've been talking about. He kept walking. Why stop? An object set in motion. Simple inertia carried him forward. Eventually, he found himself in front of the submarine. His arm reached for the hatch. And bam. Yep. And then he was floating in water. His eyes stared down into it. He couldn't see the bottom. His back was hot. Dimly, he felt the blade of a knife in it. Who? One dead body lay behind door number 5. The body of the 9th man. Another lay in the shower room. The body of Snake. The central staircase were 3 more. Unless Snake never really died, but then it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for him to kill Clover. Ace, Santa, and Clover. Just outside the door were 2 corpses, those of Seven and Lotus. And in this very room lay the body that had once been Akane. And now Junpei would join them. Who, then, had killed them all? Who? Junpei let out one last breath. Faintly, he felt the bubbles creep up the side of his face. His consciousness faded quickly, dissolving away into the cold, gentle lapping of the water. Are we not going to get to find out? Rude! And that's the credits. I don't think we got the credits the first time around. Back in Got Yogurt, what did I miss? A lot. Everyone died. We never got to find out who killed them. And, we didn't get the credits with the first bad ending, which implies that this is the true ending. The true ending is just... The true ending is everyone dies, and we don't get to find out why or who killed them. I'm honestly a little offended. Unless we get the credits after another... Unless we get the credits again after another ending. But even then... I love all the Japanese names, and then you get Frank DeWint II. Oh, that was for the localization team. Never mind. The end, or is it? I mean, I knew there was a sequel, but I figured it was like a Danganronpa 2 kind of situation. We all die in a yellow submarine is the name of the achievement! I called it! So I'm gonna save there. Access the flowchart or return to the title screen to start from the beginning. Okay, so I can go down this path or I can go down this path. It doesn't look like there's an ending here, but there's probably information here I need to access to unlock some of these later ones. What is that axe ending? Ah, that was the one I got last time. It's basically we go into a different room instead of room 3. We do a different set of escape rooms. We find the dead body of the ship's captain who's wearing a zero bracelet. And he was killed with an axe, which I called it. There was someone else on the ship the whole time. And then yeah, we find an axe. Clover takes the axe. And then Clover kills Santa and Seven with the axe as revenge for killing Snake. And then she kills us. And then are all of the achievements going to be are all the achievement names going to be puns? Because I really hope they are. Because the axe ending was the achievement for the ask ending was I must ask you a question. All right. So we've got 1, 2, it looks like 3 more endings to unlock. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was going to be a shorter stream, but it looks like we're gonna be here for a hot second. So I am going to take a quick break, and then when I get back in like probably 5 minutes, I will start the next ending. That work for y'all? All right, I will be back in just a second. Forgot to unmute myself. I'm back. Okay, endings. I think this ending might be, wait, no, not what I wanted to do. Menu. I need menu, flowchart. Okay, so I think I have to go through this door to unlock some of the stuff down here. I'm not entirely sure which door this is, but I think I have to go down this path to unlock some of the stuff down here. Or I can go down this path here first. I'm guessing this one is the true ending. This one over here is the true ending. Versus where I'm guessing these two are two more either neutral or bad endings, just given by the fact that you have to unlock stuff to do this one. So yeah, based on that, I think I'm gonna start up here and try and get these ones done first. And then from there, I'll go back up to the top, or not the top, I'll go back up to the second section here and do the true ending. Does that work for y'all? All right, then let's get back into it, I guess. Depending on how long this pathway is, I may not end up having time to finish all the endings today because I didn't realize how many more endings there were. But at least this way I'll have it set up to where I can do the last couple. This way I'll have it set up to where I can do the true ending in its
1,
own
2,
screen
3,
if I
4.
need to.
All right, 7 pieces. Just double checking, but everyone wrote their code name and a door number they want, right?
All right, so I think last time I went through door.
Yes, just like you told us earlier.
Can't believe we're voting here.
So I'm gonna go 6.
We need
I
to make
think.
the whole thing fair, blah-de-blah. This is a complicated plan, you know. Hurry it up, Mr. I have a brilliant idea.
Hey. You know, of all the people I wouldn't be particularly upset that they died, him. I would not be particularly upset if he died. He gets on my nerves.
Yeah, quiet in the peanut gallery.
Ah, holy moly, that's loud now. Let me turn it down. It should be a little bit better now. And he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching wind of, however. So he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper.
All right, let's open these up. The first one says, Ace requests door 1.
Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why?
No, we don't have time for that. Sorry. Let's keep going.
He opened the second
Next
one.
is Santa. He wants door 6. Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Junpei continued with the third, fourth, and fifth pieces of paper.
Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Yeah, so I went through,
Wait a minute.
I went through 2 with Lotus and 7 last time, I think.
There is no way I'm going anywhere with the Elephant Man.
No, there'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like that.
But
Just give it up, Lotus. Sound like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
His grandma. I forgot he called her that.
I am not an exhibitionist.
Although I
I'm
suppose
wearing
that's-
clothes.
That's revenge for calling him the Elephant Man, I guess.
Barely.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe. But what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
Lotus's hair flared out like the mane of an angry lion.
Oh,
and she
not
roared in
good.
a voice that shook the walls. Go, let go of me, I'm killing him. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her.
Junpei, read the rest.
Right.
Junpei tore his eyes away and looked down at the 6th piece of paper.
June
Here's
wants
the
door
note.
6.
June wants door 6.
Yes, I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it.
All of the papers, save Junpei's, had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head.
So this was everyone's vote. Ace and Clover requested door 1.
This was the door on A deck near the central staircase.
7 and Lotus requested door 2.
This was the door on the bottom deck and could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship.
Santa and June requested door 6.
Santa and June requested door 6. This was the door on E deck and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase down.
Then the door I should choose is...
I think I still need to go through doors. I think door 6 is the one I still need to go through, because I went with Ace and Clover the first time. And then I went with Lotus and 7 this most recent time.
Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through...
Yeah, I've already done door 1, and door 2 was the last one. I'm pretty sure that.
I
just
want to go
leaves the same
through
ending.
door 6.
So door 6. Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it after all.
That's a problem.
June spoke, barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said.
These teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Clover and I chose door 1.
Lotus and I chose door 2.
That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. June, Junpei, and I want to go through door 6. But our digital route is 5. If we're going to open that door, we need a 1.
Damn, what are we gonna do now?
So Ace will go with us, and then it'll be the 3 of them behind us.
What are we going to do?
Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. You know what? Weirdly enough, the only people I trust so far are Lotus, who's been sort of downright, game is too loud, you're a bit quiet. Okay. I will turn the game down further then. It should be good now. Yeah, weirdly enough, the only people I trust so far are the ones who have been outright hostile towards me is Lotus and Santa. Because, I mean, Santa killed Snake. But weirdly enough, I trust him to have a motive. He doesn't strike me as a schemer. He strikes me as the type to be, like, in the heat of the moment type of thing, not some sort of playing the long game. The others followed suit, but with little result. Although I do somewhat trust June. I don't think they'd make the love interest the murderer. Well, obviously she's not the murderer from last time, but I don't think they'd make the love interest 0. Eventually, Clover broke the silence.
Why don't 7 and Lotus go through door 1? With me.
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. 7 and Lotus looked at each other. So if they don't go through door 2, 7 may not get his memories back. 7 plus 8 plus 4 is 19. Which does make, yeah. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up.
What about me?
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
You mean I should join Santa's team?
I figured Ace would have realized that on his own.
Yes.
Yeah, Clover is absolutely not 0, but we have seen that she's definitely capable of murdering people. So I don't know if I really don't think I want her on our team again. Santa killed Snake? Ah. No matter what route I went down, Snake stays dead. So I think that's a constant. I don't think that's something I can change, unfortunately. But yeah, so Snake got killed by being pushed through door 3 without the other people going with him. And so to make door 3, the only combination sound is not really going down and it sounds a bit glitchy. I'll turn it way down on my computer and then I'll turn it way down on my OBS and hopefully that works. I've been having problems with my sound on my computer. I have to see if I can get that fixed. So, okay, so it's not confirmed that Santa killed Snake. But what happened is that Snake got killed by going through or presumably getting pushed through door 3 without the other people going with him. And the only real way to make a digital route of 3 with this group would be with Santa and 7. I mean, theoretically, you could do it with a larger group of people. But to do it with a larger group of people, you would have to include Clover. And I find it really highly unlikely that Clover would participate in killing her own brother, especially given her reaction to it in the axe ending, which leaves Santa and 7. Yeah, if Zero has to be, I still don't think Zero is one of the people on the ship. I mean, it's possible, but it doesn't seem, I can't see anyone who's particularly, wasn't he blind? Maybe he was tricked into going through the door. Well, he probably was either pushed or tricked into going through the door. But the issue of the fact is that either way, the only way they would have been able to open door 3 is either with a group including Clover or with a group including Santa and 7. And given that I don't think Clover would actively or even passively participate in the murder of her own brother, it has to be Santa and 7. Yeah. If anyone on this ship is Zero, the two that stand out to me most, I've got to say, are, well, it's not Lotus, it's probably not 7, it's probably not Clover, and it's probably not Santa, although it could be Santa. And I doubt it's June, so honestly that really just leaves Ace, doesn't it? Well, unless Junpei's Zero, which would be one hell of a twist. Okay, you've got a point. But also, I don't think they would do it twice. Victimsoft would never write a story about her killing her own sibling. Is she supposed to be a Gyaru? I don't know. Normally they're more overt with it, but her fashion or her styling does suggest Gyaru. Her styling definitely does lean Gyaru with the bright red hair and the pigtails and the jacket and the school uniform elements, but with the loose bow, are all very Gyaru. But again, given the reaction we've seen from Clover in the axe ending, I doubt it's her. Although, actually, that does leave Clover and Ace in the running for being Zero, if Zero is one of us. Which is a shame, because I kind of like Ace. I kind of like Ace for the same reasons I kind of like Lotus, in that they're both pragmatic. They're both pragmatic, they're both able to keep a level head. And neither of them are particularly bothered about hurting themselves to do what needs to be done. In the case of Ace sacrificing himself, or in the case of Ace sacrificing himself in the hospital room, or Lotus sacrificing herself in the torture room from earlier. But either way, if Ace is Zero, it's a shame, because I do kind of like Ace. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable, given the horrible situation in which she had found herself, but even so.
Huh. I understand. I'll go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door, and no one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution.
He's right.
7, Lotus. What do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with it.
You
Me
should have
either.
a problem with it, considering
All
you
right, then.
killed her brother.
We're good to go.
See you later.
Wait, Clover, don't move on your own.
Oh, I'll be going too then.
Yeah.
Although
We
Lotus
should
does
get
seem to
going
be
as well.
somewhat protective over Clover. So maybe that'll end semi-well? We should get going as well, yeah. At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck, where door 1 was, near the main staircase. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one.
This is E deck.
There should be a door at the end of the hall.
All right, let's go.
Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Yep, there's door 6. Before long, they arrived in front of door 6.
Here it is. You guys ready? Yeah. Then let's get to it.
One by one, they put their palms over the red. With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. Oh, this is the perfect volume, BTW. Okay, I had to turn it way down. Like, it's basically at mute on my computer's volume control, and then I had to turn it down halfway in OBS too. I don't know if it's just that my headphones are broken or what, but I'll have to get that figured out. The door opened, and all at once, the 4 of them leapt through it.
Hey, I found it. It's right there.
Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it for authentication, one by one.
It stopped.
We're alive.
Yes, it stopped.
The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest, like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to.
Does he say that in every? I'm pretty sure that line is in as every door that they go through in this like section of paths. He says
We should finish
Well,
this
Junpei
game
says
before
that. I think
imminent
it's-
death becomes a normal thing.
it's people other than Ace that say it normally. Or maybe it was Ace that said it with door 1 too. I don't remember. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing. Yeah.
You got that right. Once I'm out of this hellhole, I'm taking a nice long vacation.
I agree.
With that, the doom and gloom from before was done, and the mood turned somewhat lighter.
All right, let's go.
With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door.
This door looks heavy.
But it's not locked. I'm opening it.
He took hold of the bar that served as its doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. It was gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. The room was purely functional, but utterly tremendous.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Santa got out a few words before awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than gasps.
This has to be the biggest room so far. The ceiling is pretty high, too. Huh. Could be 2 stories, maybe even more.
This space could be utilizing the entire length of the ship.
What's that huge Kamaboko-looking building in the middle?
June pointed to the massive building in the center.
Kamaboko? Well, I guess that's as good of a description of it as any.
Junpei and the others were standing on scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important.
I see stairs, so we may as well head over to them. Yeah, but this section's barely wide enough to fit one
Technically,
person.
it doesn't count as a catwalk unless it's suspended from the ceiling instead of suspended from the floor. But that's not relevant.
You're right.
Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way eventually to the floor beneath them.
Whoa, you can't even tell the shape when you're this close.
Let's check out the other side, too.
They moved around towards the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't said as much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up.
This looks to be the steam engine room.
The steam engine room?
Yes, that thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler.
That's an interesting way to describe the shape of something.
Do you see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger.
I see.
It doesn't appear to be running right now.
The entire room was silent as the grave.
All right, let's split up.
Then, all of a sudden, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned, just in time to see June collapse to her knees.
Hey, what's wrong? Are you all right?
He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her.
Hey,
Jumpy.
It was then that he noticed.
Oh, you're really warm. Is your fever coming back?
Yes, it probably is. But I'm fine. Please.
We love the proportion
Don't worry
of
about
Junpei's
me.
hand, like Junpei's hand stretching across like half of June's shoulders. Like it's
I just need
it
to
might just be the
rest.
perspective, but that's
And
either a
I'll be
really small
fine.
shoulders or a really big hand. Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did.
Okay. Here, sit down. Careful.
Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her up against it. She let her head fall back against the wall, as if she no longer had the strength to support it, and drew a ragged breath.
Thank you.
Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball itself into a fist and clenched tight, his knuckles whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn.
Ace, Santa.
Yes.
Right.
They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern.
All right, let's get started. Hang in there, June. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon.
She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. All right. Giant escape room time. A tunnel. It goes all the way across the ship. It's a square hole. It's really more rectangular than square. Nothing in here. Look at... Oh, this is square. The holes in the back wall are rectangular. I can see 3 small slots. Terminals for some sort of connector, maybe? You mean you think we're supposed to plug something in here? Perhaps. Look at that button. It's glowing orange, right? That's gotta mean something. I guess pressing it is the best way to find out if it does anything, Santa. Yeah, sure, press the unknown button in a room with a giant engine. That'll end great. This pillar goes up towards the ceiling. There's a pulley up there. Can't click on it though, so it's probably not relevant. It looks like there's a door over here in this tunnel. The belt over there must deliver the coal, which is then picked up and thrown into this door. The door appears to be welded shut, however. This gear is rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy. A golden gear. Doesn't look like it was always golden like this. Well then, I imagine it was prepared especially for this game. So this is where you put the coal into the furnace? That's right. I had a look at it earlier, but it's rusted shut, I'm afraid. Perhaps you should check the other side. You know, Zero's not taking very good care of his ship. This is where the coal goes. Or would go if all 3 of these things hadn't rusted shut. This is the huge oven for this boiler. There are 3 open areas in it. Each of the open areas has a gear in it. There's a small door in the side of this tunnel. It's welded shut and won't open. Alright. Golden, bronze, silver. It's a silver gear. Do you think it's made out of pure silver? No, because pure silver is too soft to make anything sturdy out of. Ha! No way, silver's way too soft to use for a gear. It's gotta be a steel or iron gear that's been coated with silver. Ugh. Shouldn't have called it a silver gear then. Shouldn't have got your hopes up. Were you thinking you'd haul this thing back? Nah, but I think 7 could probably carry it, don't you? Always push the button that says don't. Yeah, sure, that's a great strategy for getting out of here in one piece. So I can go down this way. Look, Ace, it's some kind of snowman secret meeting. Those are just bags full of sand. You use them as a counterweight when you're lifting something with the pulley system. You know a lot about ships. I mean, like, part of it's just pure logic, but, like, the fact that he was able to identify, like, each part of the engine is more than I would be able to do with just common sense. Man, you're too serious. There's a pair of wooden boxes here. There's nothing in them. There's a pair of boxes here. All right, I can go up the stairs to this thing. What is this? Given its placement, this must unlock the door to the left. There's a weird indentation in the top of this thing. Looks kind of like Mickey Mouse. Like an upside-down Mickey Mouse. You think that means you have to insert something here? Yes, I would imagine so. All right. Door's locked. It's the exit. Looks like this door slides up into the ceiling. Man, this thing is huge. I guess a ship this big needs something like that to power it. True, but I doubt a single boiler of this size could actually move a ship like this at any reasonable speed. See, he knows a lot about ships. You need at least 3, no 4 of these. Huh, I guess you know a lot about boats, huh? Well, not really, it's just common sense, you know. No, it's not. I could figure part of this out with common sense. I could not figure all of this out with common sense. Okay, so I can open these doors. I believe this is the opening for fueling the furnace. If we were to put some coal in here and ignite it, then the steam engine might start working. It's certainly possible. stairs stretch from the catwalk to the boiler, so I can't really go back up. I can look at bronze gear. So it's gold, silver, bronze. All right, well, I think there's only one thing I can do to start, and that's push this button. This button is glowing orange. Nothing happens when I press it. Oh, okay. So I can't really do that. There's a bunch of wooden boxes over here by the wall. Nothing in them, though. The number of cloth bags over here, there's nothing but sand in them. What am I supposed to do? So I figure the order of the gears must be important somewhat. But I'm not entirely sure. There's not anything I can do with the pulley system at the moment. Conveyor belt runs into a sort of arched tunnel. Door in the side of the tunnel's welded shut. All three of those are rusted shut. I'd say this is probably here to move coal from place to place. It probably comes from over there. And then the belt carries it down the tunnel and out here. So if the conveyor belt was moving, the coal would certainly come out here. There are a number of these little windows along the inside of this thing. I think you're supposed to put coal in through these, but they're welded shut. I don't think we can get these open. Gotta be something I'm missing here. Can't do anything with the pillar. Can't do anything with the terminals or the button. You think Zero is a boat geek? I mean, it's already established that we're on a replica of the Titanic. I think you have to be a pretty hardcore boat geek to hold basically a death game on a replica of the Titanic. There's gotta be something I'm missing here. Can't do anything along the back wall. Can't do anything with this. Can't do anything with this. The doors are still all welded shut. There's gotta be something I'm missing. All right, so there's the sandbags and the pulley system there. There's this thing here, which I can't seem to look at this. There's the barrels and boxes along this wall, and then the tunnels along this back wall, and then there's the stairs there. Yeah, I can't seem to look at anything along this back wall here, except for the sandbags and the boxes. Can't seem to do anything with the boxes. Oh, there's something about the pillar and the staircase. Can't do anything with this at the moment. Oh man, Junpei, I can't believe I missed something so important. What's so important? Look at those stairs. Look at them carefully. That gap, that height, that angle. It's perfect. Whatever, just bring Clover here right now. Tell her Yeah, you know, of all the people in this thing that I wouldn't mind dying. Snake is right up there, or not Snake, Santa is right up there at the top. I don't feel like that was a necessary thing to include. The catwalk on the upper floor. There's a staircase that reaches out to the catwalk from the boiler. I don't think I can go back up the stairs, though. Or at least there's not an angle that'll let me. Sorry, what happened? I wasn't paying attention. Well, I click on the stairs, and Santa says that he can't believe he missed something so important, and he starts talking about like the angle of the stairs and the gap between the steps, and then he says that he needs to bring over Clover and have her walk up and down the stairs. And I'm sure you can infer from there. Just an overall incredibly classy person, Santa is. Just incredibly classy. Stairs to the upper floor. They're connected to the boiler. What am I supposed to do here? I've gone through just about everything I think. Oh, here we go. This is something I can do. The 3 sliders on the left are down, but this one is up. There are a number of lines engraved in these. I suspect we are meant to do something rather specific with them. Junpei, why don't you move that slider down? Well, there's no harm in trying, I suppose. Nothing. Maybe it needs to be prepared somehow. You're saying if we did something somewhere else, it responds somehow? Yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it. These 2 columns are different from the others. The lights are red. One of the doors on the furnace. There's an A over it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the door. All right, let's give that sucker a twist. Well, it's noisy, but it opens. And it's totally pitch black in there. We should, go in here. All right, let's go. This looks like the door we went into. Where are we? We must be on the other side, yes? Which would put us directly above the conveyor belt. At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate. There were a whole bunch of boxes in my way. I can't get through. Oh, here we go. There's a wooden box hanging beneath the catwalk. Looks like a hand-operated winch, but it doesn't look like there's any way to operate it. That means the wheel isn't attached. All right. A whole bunch of boxes in the way. So I would need to go back through door C to get to this side, and then the catwalk. Oh, it is suspended from the ceiling, so it is a catwalk. So I can't go over there, so I have to go through door B, I think. There's the whole bunch of boxes. You have an excellent memory. Use that to draw a map inside your head. You don't need to be condescending. And also, I'm bad with directions. Oh, but there's the wheel for the winch. All right, let's give this wheel a spin. What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance. All right, so now... good job, genius. You broke it. I didn't break. I did that intentionally. I knew what was going to happen. I didn't break it. It broke all by itself. Well, yes, but now I can go back to the other side. And then go through door C over here. Put that wheel on this. The hand-operated winch. There's no wheel to turn. Oh yeah, I've got the wheel I pulled off the other winch. Let's see if it fits. Sweet, it's a perfect fit. Like they were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good, I should be able to turn this now. Good work, Junpei. We should be able to haul up the wooden box now. You see, the wooden box, it's under the catwalk. Can you see it? It's hanging from the rope on the winch, isn't it? Yes, I'm aware. You don't gotta be condescending, my dude. It looks like there's some sort of device in the box. I'm not sure what it is. At any rate, you might as well turn that wheel now. I'm counting on you. This wheel only turns to the left. That means we can't reel up that rope. We can only let the rope down. All right, then just let the box down and go downstairs, yeah.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah.
Come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt.
June's down over by there.
Junpei could still see her, still leaning against the wall as if she barely had the strength to sit up. Even from so far away, it was not difficult to see that she had not improved. After what, 5 minutes? He almost thought he could see heat rising from her body.
She doesn't seem to be improving.
Ace's expression was inscrutable, but he'd said what they'd all been thinking.
Well, of course not. She's not going to just get better right away, you know? It'll take time.
He tried desperately to convince himself that what he'd said was true.
What could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps?
Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion.
Santa's response was confident and certain.
She gets dropped into some weird-ass shit, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder that we aren't freaking out just like her, you know?
So you're saying we're abnormal?
Yeah, we're just running around this room, solving all these puzzles like it's just business as usual. How the hell could you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs.
He's got a point. Santa snorted in disgust.
A guinea pig? You mean like a lab rat? You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment?
Was that not clear already? There's very little reason to go through all the effort to put together something like this if you're not testing something.
Is that what you're saying?
Dunno, but it does seem like a possibility, you know?
Again, he's got a point. They stood there for a few more minutes, no one speaking, until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him. All right, so now we have to go back down. So back through door C, then through door A. And oh, there's a catwalk over there. Yeah, by a catwalk you mean narrow strip of metal. Junpei, are you brave enough to cross that? If you were to fall, you do realize that broken bones would be the least of your problems? Actually, surprisingly, catwalks are fairly easy to walk on once you're up there. You really just have to not look down. There's the box. Control panel for something. Control panel for something. Oh, but there's the 3 terminals in the back. So that probably goes in here. Maybe this hole is where the control panel goes? Well, there's only one way to find out. In you go. Dude, you did it. Everything looks all right. Okay, but what do we do now? Why didn't you press the button next to it? The orange one? Yeah, all right, I'll do that. Sweet, all sorts of lights are lighting up on this thing. And yes, I think I just heard something turn on. Oh, what's that? What happened? Junpei, look, the conveyor belt's moving. The conveyor belt? Well, I guess it's done moving now. There's still a bunch of coal on the belt, though. Looks like a bunch of it got dumped off the end of the belt into that wooden box where we found the control panel. Well, we do need coal. And we need to put that in the door thing that was over this way? This way, yes. There's a hole that'll let us put coal into the furnace. Maybe if we can get some coal in there and set it on fire. Okay, let's do it. All right, that's the last of it. No coal left in the wooden box. And nothing. Great. Well, I guess I should have expected that. Why would throwing coal into a cold furnace do anything? Oh well, a man can dream. Junpei, explain it to me again. You're planning to stoke the furnace with coal, which will heat the water stored up there and make steam, which will then drive the steam engine. Am I correct? In other words, you want to generate enough pressure with the steam to power the turbine and drive the steam engine, right? Yeah, I guess that's the gist of it. Well, in that case, this isn't enough coal. This furnace is enormous, so we're gonna need a whole hell of a lot more coal than this. Very well then, if the three of us work together, then we should manage to fill it much faster. I want to help too. Man, I totally didn't even see her walk up. Are you feeling up to that? Yeah? Yeah, right. You look like you're one stiff breeze away from falling over, June. I think you'd better rest some more, all right? But no arguing. You need your rest. So you just stay there. We'll handle this. Okay, I understand. All right, time for some manly work. I was just about to say, I do kind of resent how the one girl in this room is reduced to just kind of sitting there all fragile. Let's get this coal into those furnaces. There we go. Man, this is a lot of work. All right, I think this should be sufficient. All right, now we just gotta light it. Junpei, hand me your matches. What makes you think I have matches? I see. Then how are we gonna light it? Perhaps there's a device nearby that will allow us to remotely ignite the coal. Let's take a look, shall we? Some sort of ignition device. I think there's a barrel under the stairs. It's empty. I need the stairs. Yes. Yes, there we go. This thing. Pull that lever. I think it might be. It probably is. I think this is how we might ignite the furnace. That means if we move that thing down. Hey, Junpei, Ace, look at this. There's big gears turning under the boiler here. Oh, yep. There it is. Oh, and there's something in each of the gears. So I will have to put these together to... So there's a gold, a bronze, and a silver in each of them. Looks like a Kalot model of... Yes, I'm fine. And now she can't stand. See, I told you. Now get some rest, all right? All right, so we've got a gold, a bronze, and a silver disc. And then they'll have to go in this thing up here. Looks like this thing unlocks the door. There's a depression here that looks like it's the outline of 3 circles laid on top of each other in a triangle. Maybe if we put those 3 discs we found into this thing. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's stick them in. Huh? That's odd. Nothing's happening. Maybe you're putting them in the wrong places? Perhaps you have them facing the wrong directions. Perhaps you should rotate the discs to make some of the lines connect to one another. Well, I got that figured out. When the disc is clicked, it will rotate a certain amount. When the white arrow is clicked, the discs are switched. Please note that when the discs are switched, the angles for the discs are reset. Okay, so my guess is I have to make a sun in the middle. That's not it. Okay, so I think they each have about a 3/4 cross section. So that doesn't work. Maybe I have to make the black lines connect to each other? Okay, so that's not it. Maybe if I switch these two. That's not it either. Okay, there's something there. Okay, so assuming that this may take me a second. All right, so I can't make the red lines connect with silver there and gold there. What if I switch them around? That doesn't connect either. So I can make those, no, those don't connect either. Okay. So what if I switch gold and bronze? So that connects right there. But I can't make that connect. What if I do the black lines? So the black lines don't connect there. If I do black and blue? No. No. Black lines don't connect there. No. And no. Okay. So I should. No, stop it. Okay, I'm gonna try and connect the blue lines. Okay, so blue lines don't connect there. If I do them here, no. No, but then they don't connect this way. Okay. The red lines are the only ones with a clear shape. They have like the sun shape going on. So I figure I must have to do something with these, but. Oh, there we go. The red lines on these discs. I think maybe I can make a star polygon with these. And there's the door.
Yes, the door's open.
Given the circumstances, Junpei's happiness was certainly understandable. Ace seemed to share his excitement.
All right, Junpei, why don't you go get June now? Santa and I will keep an eye on the store.
Santa snorted.
Why do we need to do that? Even if it shuts, we know how to solve the puzzle now. We could just open it again.
Well, I suppose that's true. Shall all three of us go and collect June then?
Nah, I'm cool. I'll let Junpei handle it.
He still seemed irritated by something, however, and sat down on the stairs petulantly.
So are you only interested in being contrary?
Ace sighed, with the air of a long-suffering parent.
All right, I'll go get June. I'll be right back.
He gave a quick nod to Ace and Santa and dashed off down the stairs. I have a bad feeling about this. Before long, he was back on the first floor, next to the conveyor belt and June.
Oh,
As he drew closer, she stood up, slowly.
Are you okay?
He did his best to sound calm and nonchalant, but there was no hiding the genuine concern in his voice.
yes, I'm fine now. I'm sorry I made you worry.
June blushed. He wasn't sure if she was embarrassed or still feverish.
Let me check.
Just to make sure, he reached out and put his hand against her forehead.
Good. You're feeling a lot better.
She was feeling far less warm than she had earlier, but she still wasn't down to what seemed normal to him.
Are you sure you're all right?
He had to be sure. June gave him a look.
Oh, you're such a warrior, Jumpy.
Sure. That's exactly what I'd call him, a warrior.
Oops, I mean, warrior.
June giggled. He wasn't sure if she just made a joke or not, but seeing her smile again made Junpei feel at ease. If she was well enough to smile and laugh, then she really was feeling much better. He gave her a friendly poke on the forehead.
All right, let's go.
Go where?
Oh, right. I didn't tell you. We got the exit open, so...
Great, let's go.
June clasped her hands and nodded urgently. They headed back to the exit, but on their way
Oh,
they found...
Santa?
It's Santa? Santa was sitting on the stairs. He was, however, holding something in his right hand, staring at it with a strange expression. What did he find?
What are you looking at?
Santa answered without looking up, his voice quiet.
It's a photo. It's my sister.
Sister? Santa, you've got a sister?
Santa simply nodded.
Yeah. Kid was cute as a button.
June cocked her head, confused.
She was only about an inch tall then?
Santa glared at her.
Oh, sorry. I guess an inch is a little large for a button. Probably more like a half inch.
Of all the times to try and lighten the mood with a bad joke, apparently now is not the time. Santa didn't smile or laugh.
Sorry.
Why are you looking at it?
He simply turned back to his picture and spoke.
I was her Santa Claus.
Eh?
Wait.
This sudden revelation took Junpei by surprise. He had no idea what Santa meant. I don't either. He glanced at June, who shook her head. She didn't know either.
Have you ever heard the story of the two Santa Clauses? It goes that a long time ago, there were two Santas. One of them wore white, and the other one wore black. The white Santa gave presents to good kids, and the black Santa played tricks on bad kids. They went on like that for a while, but eventually the black Santa's tricks started to get worse and worse. Pretty soon, the white Santa couldn't stand it anymore, and he stabbed the black Santa to death.
Well, that's a little dark.
When he stabbed the other Santa, the white Santa got blood all over his clothes, and that's why, these days,
I thought
his
Santa
clothes
Claus
are
was
red.
supposed to be like a wholesome kids thing, not that.
You could say that red is all that's left of the black Santa.
Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say. Me too, bud. June was staring at Santa, sadness plain on her face. He continued.
Wonder which Santa I am. The white Santa or the black Santa?
I mean, isn't the whole point that there's only one now?
Huh.
Oh.
All right.
Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back in his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them two at a time.
Huh?
Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think of to say.
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving. Come on.
Santa's voice echoed across the room from
Let's
above
go.
them. Let's go.
Yeah.
They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. He was leaning against the handrail. He looked very
You're
tired.
finally back.
The door had shut, but it wasn't cause for concern.
Sorry we took so long.
Junpei quickly solved the disc puzzle a second time, and the door opened once again.
Let's go.
In single file, they walked through. After walking for nearly 15 feet, they found themselves in front of a metal door. It opened easily enough, and they passed through it as well. A new room stretched out before them. Another escape room.
Is this a warehouse?
No, I believe this is the cargo room. This must be where they store all of this vessel's freight.
There are wooden crates everywhere. I wonder how old they are.
Junpei, Ace, and June had stopped unconsciously, pausing to take in their new surroundings. Santa's voice spoke through their momentary trance.
Well, we probably ought to start with finding the exit, right? Let's get going.
So Santa has a little sister too, although he said he was her Santa Claus, so it might be Santa had a little sister. But either way, that's another clear connection. To the kids who were part of the experiment. And then, given that they've tried to emphasize Ace as like a parental figure, I'm guessing he had a kid? I'm guessing he's in a situation similar to Lotus, where he had a kid who was one of the 16 kidnapped. There are a bunch of bags here. I wonder what's in them. Card with a headshot of Snake? What's that? It's a card. It has a headshot on it. A headshot? Yeah, I'm not really sure what purpose this could possibly serve. There's nothing in the bag anymore. Card with the headshot, Snake and Clover. There's nothing in these crates. I don't know what's in these barrels. Judging by their weight, perhaps a liquid of some sort. These crates are quite large. They seem to be tied to one another with sturdy straps. Ah, he also got the story all wrong. Santa used blue at first, but Coca-Cola used him as a mascot for marketing material and made his suit red. Then it just stuck. I did actually know that one. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Card with a headshot of the 9th man. I'm pretty sure that's the 9th man, the professor-looking dude. I can see some metal boxes on the other side of the fence. These crates are a little smaller than the others. They look like they're the children of the other crates. Junpei, that sounds like some sort of fairy tale. Really? I don't know, man. You ever think about how crates would reproduce? No? Not exactly at the front of my mind all the time. Doesn't sound like a fairy tale to me. A box, there's nothing inside. And another bag with a headshot of Santa. Headshot of 7. There's some sort of liquid in these barrels. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, card with a headshot of Junpei. And there's June. Huh. We've searched all the boxes. There's nothing in them. It's locked. We need the key. All the boxes have numbers on them. Do they? Oh. Ace bent down and picked up something that had been sitting next to the box. Junpei, take a look at this. Cards. Card with a picture of Lotus. So Lotus is probably 8. Does that mean we need to collect the cards we don't have? So, these stairs, they go up 3 stories. What are you waiting for? Whatever, I'm going. This is the only door here except for the one we just came through. Then this is the exit. No shit, Sherlock. Of course it's locked. Is it an electronic lock? Nope, just a keyhole right under the doorknob. So to open this door, we gotta find the key that fits that keyhole. Right? There's a metal panel over the outside of the window. And then there's this thing. The monitor's off. I've got a green switch here, a red one, and some kind of lever. None of them seem to do anything, though. Maybe the power's off? Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light on the bottom, though. Well, there's 6 holes here. They look like jacks for a headphone cable. Maybe if we put something in them. Well, there's... This looks like it's covering something. It looks like some kind of little shutter. Maybe it'll open if we do something? Okay, so I've got those. I've got that. I think I need to go this way now. There are 3 crates here stacked up like stairs. If we climb up there, I think we can get over the fence. Junpei, you want to go take a look at that? Sorry, but no thanks. I've, got a bad feeling about it. Okay, fine. I'll go. Please be careful, Santa. Yeah. But just in case. Wait, what's he going to do with that screw? I don't see what screwing a screw at the fence is going to do. It's electrified. Oh man. There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it. Then we can't get to the other side. Well, we could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back. I wonder what's inside of all these crates. There's a tall fence. Apparently there's a high voltage current running through the fence. Maybe it has something to do with this little box here? No? Okay, nothing in the bag anymore. I can see some metal boxes on the other side of the fence. Okay, so nothing I can do there. I think I might have all the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need one more. Nothing happens if I combine them. Okay, who am I missing? I'm missing Ace. Nothing in the boxes. Nothing in these boxes. Nothing in the barrels. Did I check this bag already? Nothing in the bag. Nothing in the bag. Nothing in the barrels. I'm gonna check up these stairs again. Not seeing a card anywhere. I've already checked those bags. I need to check. There's gotta be something I'm missing. Did I check that bag? I did check that bag. A coffin? Oh, creepy. Oh, I forgot to read the text. Okay, I feel like I've got to figure out a way to get over this fence. I'm missing something here. Nothing in the boxes. I need one more card. Nothing in that bag. Nothing in the barrels. Nothing in this bag. Nothing in the boxes. Oh, I didn't check this box yet. There we go.
Now we finally have all 9 picture cards. We just need to insert these cards into the slots at the front of each box.
Junpei stared at the cards in his hands. Ace peered over his shoulder at them.
You know which card goes in which box, yes?
It's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah,
Junpei
of
gave
course
him
I
a
do.
look.
It's really obvious. You just match our numbers to the numbers, then you pop the corresponding card, and so for instance, the card with the picture of Ace on it goes into box 1. The card with the picture of Snake on it goes into box 2, and so on.
Oh, I see.
Huh? What is it?
Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened.
I'll leave the rest to you.
Hey, what?
He quickly turned and walked away.
What's wrong with him? Oh well, whatever.
Huh. Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back
Time
toward
to
the
solve
boxes.
the 9 boxes puzzle.
9 cards with pictures and 9 boxes. Junpei stared at them for a moment and then began.
Ace's card is in box 1. I just need to do the same for the rest. And finally, the 9th man's card into box 9.
All 9 box lids popped open at once.
Yeah, oh, they opened.
He peered inside.
What the?
In each box was a single pin.
9?
They looked a little like sewing pins, but much thicker.
I guess I'll take them with me.
Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket. So these have got to go to the machine that was all the way up here, right? With the little ports that looks like headphone jacks. There are 6 holes here, and it looks like the pins I just found would be a perfect fit for them. The ones you found in the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it? All right, let's see what happens. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go here on the top part, and 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom part. Well, some of them lit up. Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if there's some kind of rule that determines which lights go on. Well, I put the 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top part, and the 3, 5, and 7 pins in the bottom. You think maybe it's the digital root? 2 plus 4 plus 6 is 12. Digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns on. 3, 5, and 7 is 15. Digital root of 15 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right? That does make sense. Well, there's one other thing I'd like to check. Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So he'd put the 1, 2, and 3 pins on the top, which makes 6. And the 6, 7, and 8 pins on the bottom, which makes 6 and 7 is 13, and 8 is 21 digital root of 3. Oh, yeah, so it did turn them off. Okay. 6, 7, and 8 is 21. Digital root of 21 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns off. 1, 2, and 3 is 6. The digital root of 6 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns off. Oh, I get it now. If the digital root for the pins you insert is the same as the number on the lights that are lit, those lights turn off. Yeah, it looks like that's the trick. All right, now we know how it works. You want to give it a try? Wait, you mean you know what we're supposed to do with these lights? I mean, I'd assume you're supposed to turn them all on. Well, no, but I figure we could try and see if we can turn them all on, you know? I figure something's got to happen if we can manage that. Turn on all the lights, huh? Okay, Junpei, let's make sure we know how this works, all right? We just went over this. Pick one of the 6 holes, then pick one of the pins in your hand and insert it into the hole. Keep it up until all 6 of the holes are filled. There's a joke in there, but I'm not going to be the one to make it. The digital roots correspond to the digital root of the pins in the upper and lower parts will turn on. However, if a digital root corresponds to a light that's already on, the light will be turned off. The goal is to turn all the lights on. All right, so let's start with 1. To make a digital root of 1, you have to make 10. So maybe 3, 1, and 5. Do I need to click? Oh, there we go. 3, 1, and 5 will make 1. And then to make 2 needs a digital root of 12. So 6, 2, and 4. Huh? I thought I made 1 as well. 1 should have turned on. Let's try that again. Okay, so it would be to make 10. To make 1, you need to make a digital root of 1, you need 10. So I can do 8 and 2. 7 and 1 makes 8. So 2, 7, and 1 makes 10. And then let's try and make a digital root of 6. So that's 15. 9 and 6 is 15. But I can't do 9 and 6. Or wait, yes I can. I can do 9 and 6. I just need 5. 4 and 5 is 9, and 6. Okay. Now digital root of 2 is you need 11. So that'd be 6 and 5. So I'm gonna go 6, 3, and 2. And then digital root of 7 is digital root of 7 is either 7 or 16. I can't make 7, I'll have to make 16. So 16 is 9 and 7. 9, 6, and 1, no. I can do 5, 4, and 7. All right, let's go 4 and 8. Should be possible. Make a digital root of 4, you need 13. So 13 is 9 and 4. So that's 9, 1, and 3. And then 8, you need 17. 7 and 8 is 15, and 2 makes 17. There we go. All right, 5 and 9. So for a digital root of 9, you just need 9. So I'm going to do 5, 3, and 1. And then digital root of 5 is 14, which is 9 and 5. Or 8 and 6. 8 and 6 I can do. There we go. All the lights are on and the shutters opened up. Hey, does that mean? Yeah, we gotta do it again. Man, and I thought I was doing so well. Oh, this is the base 10 again. I'm really bad at the base 10. Don't know what the F means, but I do know one thing. This time there are 9 holes, so we need to insert 9 pins. Maybe I just need to make an F shape? No, that won't work. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna try inserting all 9 in a regular old grid and see what happens. That didn't work. You think this F means 15? 15 in base 10 is F in hex, right? I don't know. Of all the things I'm really bad at, base 10 is one of them. So I need to make a digital root of 15 with all 9? How does that even work? You can't make a digital root of 15. It's not possible. And if you want, and you can't make all 9 add up to more than 15. That shouldn't be possible either. What do I do? Maybe I just need to do it in the same order of the boxes? Seems like the letter F up there means 15. What am I supposed to do? You can't make these dashes. I need to make the rows and the columns add up to 15, probably? Yeah, I think I need to make the rows and columns add to 15. So let's go 9 down here. So 9 and 6 is 15. So I need 9, 4, and 2. And 2, 9, 5, and 1. And then, so 9 and 5 is 14. So I need to make 14, which is 8 and 6 is 14. And then 7 and 3? No. Okay, so 9 and 3. So 8 and 5 is not right. Okay, so assuming I start with 9, 1, and 5, I need 2 and 4 here still. All right, so then 1 and 8 is 9 and 6. 2, 6, and 3. No, 2, 6, and 8. Or 2, 6, and 7, 4, 8, and 3? No. 4 and 3 is 7, and 8 is 15. Yes. Five and 3 is 8, and that's 7. Don't tell me I need to make the diagonals add up. If I have to make the diagonals add up, it's going to be a problem. Because everything else adds up. I think 9 still goes there. 9, 8, and 7 is too much. It still needs to be 9, 5, and 1, but if I put 5 here and 1 here, so it needs to be 9 and 6 somehow. I can't make 6 another way. So 2 and 1 aren't going to work. Okay, maybe if I put 4 here. 4 here and 2 there. Okay. All right, so then 4. 4 and 5 is 9, and then that makes the middle one 6. But then the other diagonal's too much. But then the other diagonal's too long. Huh. I'm just gonna restart. Every line of 3 pins needs to add up to 15. Okay. So 9 has to be in one of the corners probably, or it has to be. Oh, I take 9 off the diagonal. That's what I do. If I put 9 down here, then one of these needs to be 4 and 2, and one of them needs to be 5 and 1. I think 4 and 2 are the easiest to work with. So then 5 and 1, I'm assuming that's 5, and up here will be 1. So there we go. Okay, so 2 and 5 is 7. And 8 is 15. 8 and 1 is 9. That means you have to be 6. There we go. All pins inserted, all lights lit. Power's on now. Looks like there's electricity going to the monitor on top now. A green button, a red button, and a lever. I wonder what these do. I think this might help. Wait, what the hell is this? Where did he find this? What is that? Where'd you find it? I found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. It looks like instructions for this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that. As in, I'm assuming the electric fence. Oh, that machine over there. Apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000. Are you serious? Whatever, so what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000? You see the coffin over on top of the crates? Don't you want to know what the deal with it is? You want to check it out? Alright, how do you think we're gonna get there? Push the coffin over to the right side of the fence. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there. How would we do that? Line up the crates. Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess this is just another of Zero's puzzles. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Oh, looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery. So to keep it from using up its energy too fast, it's been programmed so that it'll only start moving once its path has been completely programmed in. New material has been added to the file screen. Let's check that out. File. Pushmaster 5000. You first simulate your actions before carrying them out. Pull the lever to begin the simulation. Okay. The monitor shows a top-down view of the area where we can move the machine. Once I want to send my orders, I just pull the lever. Okay. This is the reset button. It allows me to start over. Once I want to activate the program. This is the return button. It allows me to quit command. Alright, let's give this a try. Battery dies after 50 moves. It can't move the metal crates. Okay. When a square adjacent to the Pushmaster 5000 is clicked, the Pushmaster 5000 will move to that square. If there's a crate in the way, the Pushmaster 5000 will push up to a single crate. Move the crates appropriately and efficiently and fill the yellow areas. Oh, I hate these kinds of puzzles. I'm really bad at them. Okay, so I need to get all 4 crates to the yellow. But I can't move the metal crates. That's not going to work. I'll have to move you this way. Okay. Then I can move you. Ah. No, that's not going to work. I think I still have to move you this way. But I think instead of moving you up, I move you down. I push you this way. Get you there. Okay. But shit, now what do I do? I can move you up. Push you in. Push you down. Down. Push you This way, this way. I'm not gonna have enough moves to finish this. Wait, shit. Okay, so I am gonna start by pushing you this way. Move you up. Move you. I think, oh, over, and up. Gonna have to push you in. Wait, no, shit. Okay. Okay, I think. Wait a minute. Okay. That's not gonna work. I think I need to start up here. Push you over. Push you down. I'm really bad at these kind of spatial reasoning puzzles. It's gonna be a minute. That's not gonna work either. Okay. Nope, that ain't gonna work. I'm pretty sure I need to start by getting this over. Somehow. Pretty sure I push you over and I push you up. Wait a second. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, here. That's not gonna work. So I start by pushing you over. It might help to plan a little. Yeah, probably. I think I have a very vague idea of what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure I need to start by doing that. Then I go over and I push you up, maybe? No. Okay. Hmm. Huh. I feel like I sound like a Minecraft villager just huh. What if I start up here actually? I push you down? And then I get you out of the way. Actually, I think I need to do that on just the opposite side. Now I get you out of the way. That's not going to work. This is going to take too many moves. I'm not even sure where I start. Okay, so I can push either you this way or you this way. I need to find a way to get around, but it's... Wait a minute. Oh, but now I can't get back. I'm not going to have enough moves to finish this. Damn it. Okay. Move the crates efficiently, it says. Like it's never met me. And I've already forgot what I did. I already forgot what I did. That's not going to work. I think I started with this one. Push you down. No. I must have started with this one. I'm going to run out of moves again. Okay. I messed up. I think I have the right idea, though. If I could give you a hint, you start at the top. Okay, I think this is the right place to start. I'm not entirely sure where to go from here, though. Right, so I can move you there, but that won't actually do anything. I can move here to get you to get you. Wait, I think I know what I'm doing now. Okay. So I start at the top, I get you. I push you down, I go around to get you. Push you up. Then I go around to you. You go all the way down, over. I'm gonna be like one move short, aren't I? Oh, there we go. Woohoo! I figured it out. That was a lot more painful than it needed to be. Ah, just be quiet and watch. See, it's moving already. Ah, awesome. The Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to and lined up all the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb those crates over by the fence. Okay. Climb the crates. I can see what's in the coffin.
Mummy!
Ah,
Ugh.
Just kidding.
asshole.
Really?
Whatever. Just open it.
Okay, okay.
Small key and
Is that a gun?
a gun?
Yeah, a revolver.
It looks pretty old.
It's really ornate. Generally speaking, ornate
I
guns
wonder
don't
if
see
this
a
is
lot of
a
practical
replica.
use.
This thing is. Are these real bullets? Oh, if this is real. Oh.
Well, it's not something
You're
you
not
would
gonna
want
take
anybody
it?
to
Of
have.
course not. All something like this is going to do is cause more trouble. It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage. Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Maybe Zero put this gun here, hoping that something like that might happen. In other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other.
Is Everything he's done so far has to make you fight each other or
In
work
that case,
together.
we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me.
He's probably already controlling you.
Me neither.
By limiting your options, he's trying to see what you'll do.
Okay, we've got that figured out. But you aren't going to leave that key in there, are you?
Of course not. We'll take that with us.
Rusty key. Okay, I'm assuming that's for the door. There's a revolver in this coffin. What was this thing for? I know. I'll be there in just a minute. I don't necessarily trust any one of us to not take the revolver. To not go back and take the revolver. Yay, looks like it's open. I see. This key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go. It's opening. And we're out.
A long hallway, huh? Let's check it out.
We've seen this elevator before.
We've seen this elevator before.
We
have.
got off the one on the left just a little while ago.
Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room.
Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room.
And now we're back here.
In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started. We needed
Well,
a
we're on the other
card to
side
get
of
to
the
this
gate, so we're
point.
not exactly where we started.
I don't see a card reader here.
Perhaps we aren't able to activate it from this location.
Why don't you just try pushing the button?
Yeah.
Again, you should really never assume a door is locked unless you've actually tested
It works.
I think so.
Good. Now we can go back if we need to.
What do? Should we return to C-Deck?
No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first.
He's got a point.
I agree. Let's go.
Down the
Looks like
hallway
it
we
ends
go.
here.
Looks like it ends here.
Only one door.
There isn't anything else. It's the only way to go.
All right, let's open it.
Oh,
The
there's
9
door
door.
9.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy. Vacant. Huh. We finally found it.
You're gonna need
Jumpy!
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
What? A 9 door. There's another one.
I mean,
Why?
theoretically, with numbers from 1 to 9, you should be able to make 2 groups of 18. I think. Because 9, 5, and 4 would make 18. And then 8 and 7 is 15. And then 3 and 1. But you don't have 9 anymore. Well, we don't have the 9th man's bracelet, although I suppose they could go back and get it. Or actually, 3, 2, and 4 could make a group of 9 as well. 3, 2, and 4 could make a group of 9. And then 1 and 5 is 6. Plus 7 is 13. Plus 8 is... 13 and 8 is 21. And then 9 would be 26. Wait, no. 21 and 9 would be 30.
It's 9, no matter how you look at it. The red is there too. So this is a real one?
I don't think everyone can make it out. So we still have
Why the hell are there two
one for
doors?
Ace. We don't have two anymore because Snake's dead. So we've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to make 18, you would want 8 and 7 is 8 and 7 is 15, and 4 would make 18. So then it's 6, 1, 5, and 8 and 7 is 15, and 3 would make 18. So then it's 6 and 4 is 10. And 5 would make 15. And then, yeah, I don't think you can make two groups of 9. Although for some reason the math is not mathing.
There were always two doors. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found.
Seek a way out, seek a door that carries
Seek
a
a
9.
way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Of course, we just assumed that there was only one. After all, why would there be more than one?
Oh. We fell for it. There are two doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind.
Well, yeah, but now that 2 of them are dead, y'all are screwed.
Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers. 1 through 9. Divided into teams of 4 and 5 people. The digital root of both teams ends up being 9. Take 1, 2, 7, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, for example. Or 2, 3, 4, 9, and 1, 5. There are a bunch of combinations that work. If one team has the digital root of 9, so would the other one. What does that mean? The answer's simple. From the very beginning, the Nonori game was designed to save all 9 people.
And yet most
That's
of y'all
how it
are
was meant
dead.
to be. Zero didn't
Not
lie.
most of them.
He never said there'd be only one 9 door. But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be
It's
hurt.
probably only meant to be.
Someone might get killed. But eventually, they'd reach this very same room and realize how
then,
pointless all their infighting was.
Yeah, because you need specific groups of people to get through a door. You don't just need bracelets. Although theoretically, if you went back and you grabbed Snake's bracelet and the Ninth Man's bracelet, everyone might be able to get out.
There were two doors. There was no need to kill each other. This game was designed for that purpose. We were all arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning. If there had been one slip-up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now.
So, what are we going to do, Junpei?
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So what do we do?
What do you...
We need to think about our next step.
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's a digital root of 6.
5, 1, and 3 could go. But then June be left behind.
The 4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
The 4? Wait.
Yep. There's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
What now?
Well, Junpei's not leaving June behind.
No, we gotta go back.
Yep.
I agree. We cannot leave June behind.
Are you sure? I don't mind staying.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest. Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta.
Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis?
Huh? Oh, great.
you
Okay, that
guys.
was kind
Very
of funny.
well. Best we head back to C deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, Seven, and Lotus will have returned from door 1.
But even with all 7 of us,
Standing around here isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree? Let's find the other 3 first, and then search for another solution.
I guess you're right.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Come to think of it, what is this room? We were so focused on the doors, we did. Huh.
It's is it a chapel?
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony, but what kind? Huh. What on earth is a
Coffin?
coffin doing in a place like this?
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
Set up for a
Right,
funeral?
okay.
You should really check out the room first. There's something up with that. With all the coffin theming. And that looks like that's the same pattern that was on the one up in the cargo room.
Look, it's.
Seven and Lotus.
But where's Clover?
We've got a problem.
Clover is gone.
What? What do you mean, gone?
When?
Why?
You 2 went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
Ah,
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
and shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
Clover wasn't
Huh.
there.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but
Obviously, we didn't find her. Figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
when did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover.
Clover can't
We haven't
go
much
through a
time
door on
left.
her
Let's
own.
begin.
Yeah, Clover can't go through a door on her own. So there shouldn't be.
Yeah,
She shouldn't have been able to get through the numbered doors.
she's not here.
No, she isn't.
There's no sign of her. Let's go. All right, I'm thinking we should probably split up. I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck. June, you can take the stairs up to B deck.
All right, that sounds good. But
What?
could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
Oh my god.
Huh?
They're
Oh,
really pushing the
sure,
romance
right,
angle. I forgot
um,
how much they were
I'll-
pushing
I'll
the
do that.
romance angle because of, all the murder. But they really are pushing the romance angle.
Jumpy.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
All right, I'm going then.
Yeah, be careful.
You be careful too, Jumpy.
Yeah, got it. Take care.
No sign of her. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. We got another bad ending. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow while he lies on the ground. A light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was the hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. He opened the elevator door, and there she was. A woman sat slouched against the wall. Oh, Lotus is dead, isn't she? Yep, Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, and her skin, smooth and pale as always, was covered in bright red blood. As far as I know, there's only 2 weapons that we've identified. There's the axe from the cabin, or there's the axe from the captain's quarters, and there's the gun that we just saw. Mm. I'm calling it now. Ace killed her. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe, and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank, all his thoughts replaced with endless, hissing whites. Driven by little more than instinct, he began to walk towards Lotus slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse. Her bracelet's gone, too. No rise and fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something, somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind, told him that meant she had been killed recently. Well, yeah, given that we just saw her. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning. She had been killed. Someone had killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife, then. Perhaps she had been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice. Lotus's bracelet was gone. Yeah, I'm calling it now. It's Ace. You escaped from the ship. Your heart rate reaches 0. Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? So that they might have the number 8 bracelet? If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet, who would be Ace, so he could make a digital root of 9. Or perhaps, more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet number 8. Who was that? Who would benefit the most from the number 8 bracelet? The thought had only just entered Junpei's mind when... Yep. Stabby, stab, stab. He heard a noise, a sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. Ugh, that's a really gross description. It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain. There was heat. Extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been slashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with its strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of the killer reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions, not anger, not sadness, not regret. The paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. Are you going to tell me who it is? Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. His eyesight began to fade. The world grew blurry and began to dissolve into an empty white fog. The fog crept into the edges of his mind and worked inexorably inward. Soon it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell. Into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. Well. And we're still not going to find out who it is. Bad end. Yep. Cut and run. The knife ending. And we're still not going to see who it is. Okay, access the flowchart or return to the title screen to start from the beginning. Okay, so there's something locked here. What's with the red key? Oh, what time is it? Ooh, I am not going to have time to do the next ending. And that, can I get a TLDR? Have you found out how Zero is already? I have not found out who Zero is. I don't even know who just killed me in the last ending. And something tells me it's not Clover. Because when Clover killed us, she did it with the axe, not a knife. And I figure it would specify that. I'm still pretty sure it was Ace who killed me. Just because he's the one who would stand to gain the most from having the 8 bracelet. Because even without anyone else left alive, if he is the 8 bracelet, he can get out. But yeah, I am not gonna have time to do the other 2 endings. I had hoped I was gonna get through most of them, if not all of them today. That's fine. I'll add this to my schedule for next Monday. I just want to know who gets out. I just want to see who gets out. I have a theory. Okay? Go for it. I'm always down to hear theories. Maybe the killer is actually everyone. They somehow get hypnotized into killing others. So you're gonna play this next Monday. I probably will play it next Monday. I could do it on Friday, but I don't want to do the same game 2 days in a row. Especially since I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually finish it on Friday or not. Plus, there's another game that I want to start, and I had planned to do that on Friday instead. So yeah, I will probably schedule this for next Monday, assuming I don't have any technical difficulties again. And yeah, hopefully we should see all the rest of the endings by that point. But yeah, so I'll schedule this for Monday. And then I am just about out of time for today. So let me see if there's anyone streaming I can raid. Give me a minute. There should be, Ah, yes. It looks like Caddy is actually streaming right now. She's the person I rated last time for those of y'all who aren't familiar with her. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and raid her if y'all don't mind, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.
I'm leaving here. Stay
Put him
right
in.